So having good Wi-Fi has become a huge necessity. You know, so many people are now working from home and you're doing more Zoom calls and you're watching more video and you realize your Wi-Fi just isn't that great to begin with. You're losing connections, the speeds aren't there, and when you start adding multiple devices, you can see a huge speed loss. A lot of people's networks are not equipped for the work from home scenario. Enter the Nighthawk RAXE 500 by Netgear. This is a tri-band router powered by Wi-Fi 6E, which is the next generation of Wi-Fi. Don't worry, I won't bore you with all the super technical stuff. Just know this router is, and I hate saying this, future-proof. Before we go any further, this video is sponsored by Netgear, but all opinions are my own, and this is my experience using the router. If this is your first time watching my videos, my name is Kevin the Tech Ninja. I cover everything from the smart home to the smartphone. Let's dive into it. Netgear has been leading the way when it comes to next-gen Wi-Fi 6E technology, and this router is no different. I think people who will buy this router are going to be early adopters of tech, and they were waiting for that latest and greatest to finally come out. Also is for those high bandwidth home users like myself. This is for people who wants the fastest and smoothest streaming, video conferencing, and also playing games with low latency. And this router is a good choice for those scenarios. You know, that's because the Nighthawk RAXE 500 uses a new and wider 6 GHz Wi-Fi band. This goes beyond the traditional 2.4 and 5 GHz bands, and basically that means any of your newer devices that will support 6 GHz Wi-Fi, so for example, new Samsung phones, they'll take full advantage of Wi-Fi 6E speeds. Now look at these speed differences between a phone that supports it and the phone that does not support it. You can see this right here in the speed test. This also frees up bandwidth for non-Wi-Fi 6E compatible devices, and ultimately you get a future-proof Wi-Fi experience for all of your devices across the board. And we're talking up to 10.6 gigabits per second speed. So when internet speeds become faster over time, this router will be able to maintain that and still push that information and push those speeds out to you. As a person who uses smart home stuff a lot, I have over 50 devices. You know, network congestion is a real thing with previous routers. A lot of my stuff sometimes will just go offline, become non-responsive, or if I have something set up off a trigger, like walking into a room and then it communicates to my network to tell it to turn on a light. A lot of that stuff will slow down over time once I add more things to the network. Since now I have a lot of things on Wi-Fi 6 and things are kind of separated off my network, I don't have that issue anymore from my experience. A lot of this also has to do with the router's hardware. This is a quad-core 1.8 gigahertz processor, and on the outside, you have access to 5 gigabit Ethernet ports and 2 USB 3.0 ports. And in case you're wondering about range, I keep my router in the basement, and my home is roughly 2,500 square feet. And as you can see, I'm upstairs in my house and I still have over 80% of signal strength, and that's going through 2 sets of floors. And also when I'm outside on my patio or even, you know, in the driveway, I still have a decent amount of signal where I can still stream and do all the things that I want to do. You're also covered with an optional Netgear Armor antivirus protection, which means your home network and connected devices can stay safe from cyber threats. Even setting up the router is pretty easy using the Nighthawk app, which is available in the App Store and also the Google Play Store. Number one, you set the router up by using this and it just walks you right through setting it all up. And also you have other things like parental control to your Wi-Fi. You can monitor your usage. You can pause the internet on certain devices. You can limit the speeds on certain devices, update the firmware, and even configure your Wi-Fi network. Previously, you'll be logging into your router's GUI using a browser, but now you get the most important configuration right in the app. That's including advanced stuff like port forwarding and opening the firewall and things like that. You can do it right from an app now on your phone, which is nice. That is the Netgear Nighthawk RAXE 500. If you're looking to step up your Wi-Fi game and make it future-proof, either at the office or even at home, this is a great router to do it. I think the inclusion of the app makes it really easy to manage your router no matter where you're at. You don't have to be in the office to manage it. So if you need to open a port, you need to allow someone to connect, you need to pause the internet on something, you can do it right from your phone. I think it takes something that could be a little bit intimidating, managing a router with multiple devices, since everything these days, has an app and everything these days is wireless, it connects to your home network. And being able to manage it from your phone just makes this somewhat complex task just very easy to do, since you could do it right on your phone. If you're interested to really get your Wi-Fi game going, hit my link down below right now to pick up this router. Anyways guys, Kevin the Tech Ninja. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and also consider subscribing. I'll talk to you folks later. Peace.